Hello, guys. We're back here. Not live again.
Yeah. No, we're actually double filming today. We just filmed our Captain Marvel review.
We did film Captain Marvel. Now we're gonna do Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 2.
The best season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
I forget a lot this season, so Mike's gonna have to really help me out on this one. This is one of those things where you remember parts of it, but then you don't remember everything. But then you just remember all of season 4 because that was the best season of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Season 2
obviously.
is the best.
So we have different opinions about that. There we go. We have different opinions about this. Anyway, we are Marvelous Discussions. I am Matt Kelly, my great co-host. The Mike Churchella, the Mikester. We're doing that now.
Feature Dr.
Remember,
Doom.
Mikester for Doom. Remember that?
Hashtag Mikester for Doom.
Remember that. As you guys know, in the last Captain Marvel episode, we actually have 20th Century Fox is now owned by Disney, so Dr. Doom. Mike wants to play Dr. Doom.
I want to play Dr. Doom.
So Mikester for Dr. Doom, that's going to be a thing. We're going to get that going there. Anyway, today's going to be
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2. So I'll give you as brief a recap as I can with roughly a full day's worth of footage because they're roughly an hour each episode. There's, I think, 23 episodes in this season.
Yep.
And each one is pure gold.
And Mike does the recaps the best, so I'm going to take a drink while he go for it.
So it starts out with a scientist who is working for Hydra back in World War II, and he keeps...
That's Whitehall, right?
Yep, that's Whitehall, but at the time he was named Dr. Reinhardt.
Okay, right.
So he had this thing called the obelisk, and if you touch it, you turn to stone.
Basically, it's like this big, giant silver... What can you say? It's like a... you can't say it's like a triangle. It's kind of like a...
It's an obelisk. It's, like in ancient Egypt.
Yeah, okay. They're one of those things. Sure.
And it, so he's having people touch it, and he's tracking how long it takes for them to die. They turn to stone when they touch it. And then this woman comes in and touches it, and nothing happens. And he's like...
Interesting. He goes, they must experiment more, right?
His catchphrase throughout is, discovery requires experimentation.
Creepy, by the way, just letting you all know.
So then Peggy Carter busts in with her team. They arrest him.
Peggy,
my girl,
number 4.
My girl,
on
number
my
1.
List, if you watch that special episode
number
we did.
1 on my list.
Right.
So he gets arrested. He goes to jail for years. So now he's an old man.
Yep. He's in a wheelchair at this point. That part I remember clear as day.
He's dying. And then he gets freed. And the guy who's wheeling him out whispers in his ear, he's like, "Hail Hydra." And he's like, So they bring him to the woman, the Chinese woman who he was going to experiment on. She's in a cage. She's not aged a day. So he goes, interesting. He's like, discovered it requires experimentation. My German accent still is not very good.
But
so basically, he cuts open her organs and her blood and puts it into himself.
Gross,
and now he's not young, but he's roughly a middle-aged man now.
Right.
He's the head of Hydra. He's Dr. Daniel Whitehall. He's got an American accent now, which I can do much better because I'm an American. So then we see Agent Simmons.
Yeah.
She has this really cute daytime routine you go through with a little song in the back. Turns out she's working for Hydra. They've got a huge headquarters.
Yeah, Hydra has a big HQ. And Simmons is there. And another one also working for Hydra too is Bobby Morse.
Yep. Agent Bobby Morse.
Mockingbird. One of my favorite characters, actually, they brought into S.H.I.E.L.D. And, Adriana, I don't know how you say her last name. Pelkin, I think it is.
I'm not going to try it.
I'm not even, sorry if I said her name wrong. You're watching this. Adriana, please comment down below how you pronounce your last name.
Yeah, write it phonetically for us.
I will definitely pronounce it next time.
But she's in John Wick 1.
She is.
Yeah, when I saw her, I was like, that's the girl from John Wick.
Yeah, she's also in G.I. Joe as well. One of the G.I. Joe.
Yes, she is.
Anyway, she's Agent Bobby Morse.
Yep.
One of my favorite characters besides Ghost Rider on the show.
Yep.
And She was great, and she's in Hydra as well. By the way, spoiler alert here. We'll put the spoilers down below. She's in Hydra.
Yep.
And she's like this, like the leader, not like the leader, but like the boss
Like the
of
head,
Simmons.
she's
right?
like the head enforcer, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the ranking is like Dr. Whitehall, his right-hand man, Bakshi, who is an expert in mind control. So he'll set you down and he'll brainwash you to work for Hydra. And then she's sort of an enforcer. She makes sure everyone's doing their job. No one's like a mole. Turns out she's the mole, by the way. But...
newsflash, she's working for S.H.I.E.L.D., so is Simmons.
Yeah, and Simmons didn't know that Bobby Morse was working for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Surprise!
Yeah.
Big spoiler. Then her husband, at the time, husband, Lance Hunter, drops in to save them. He's like, how you guys doing? And Simmons is just like, who the hell are you? Like, he's like, I'm Lance Hunter. Like, you don't know who he is. Nick Blood plays Lance Hunter. Actually, another great character. One of the best characters besides Coulson. And then, like, the funny aspect of the jokes.
Yeah,
the show is so serious. Lance Hunter's kind of that class clown character you can get behind.
He's like, let's have a beer, mate.
He's great. And so I do love his character. They're talking about the characters on this season. He drops in, saves them. They all get out, and they start telling Coulson what they found in Hydra, how Dr. Whitehall's experimenting and stuff, and how there's this thing. What was it called? I forget.
The obelisk?
Yeah, that was that thing.
Oh, yeah, so concurrent with all this, this man named Cal hates Agent Coulson, and he takes everyone, if you remember from season 1...
Is there a reason why he hates Coulson?
He hates Coulson because he thinks that Coulson stole his daughter.
Which is Sky, yeah.
Sky is his daughter. She doesn't know this. He knows this, though, so he hates Coulson and S.H.I.E.L.D., and he wants to take them down. And he gets everyone on the sort of, not the Inhuman list, because Inhumans are actually introduced in this season, but
they are.
Everyone on the superpower watch list.
Yeah,
from season 1, they're all now working for him, and they have this big plan to take everyone down.
Except for Deathlock. Isn't Deathlock with S.H.I.E.L.D. at that point?
Deathlock, yes.
Yeah, Deathlock's with S.H.I.E.L.D. at that point. That's what I thought, too.
You know,
he said
it's
he has
all,
superpowers.
it's all new people who you haven't seen before, but they're all the other people on the list.
Okay. You need to be a little clearer on it.
Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. We just want to make sure we don't get... I'm not getting... It's more me get confused than that now. Right. Anyway, go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
So he starts working for Dr. Whitehall.
Yes.
He gives him the obelisk and tells him that it actually unlocks an alien temple.
And Dr. Whitehall was like, ooh, this is going to be fine. And Cal's like, So anyway, they do it. And they found can I say it?
Yes.
Can I say his name? Carl Creel, which is actually Absorption Man. I don't know if you know that. In the comic books, he's Absorption Man.
And he's super jacked.
He's jacked and he's like silver. Yeah,
he's like ripped. Guy's definitely in his like 40s, right? That guy's way more buff than I am, and I'm pretty jealous.
Yeah.
I also think he's the guy from Teen Wolf. He's one of the alphas. But that's neither here nor there. The point is, he gets the obelisk.
Yes. He touches the obelisk, and kind of like how the microphone right here, and all of a sudden he becomes Absorption Man, and nothing happens. And Whitehall, I do remember this part of it. Whitehall's like, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
And this woman touched it, she froze or whatever, and now all of a sudden you touched it and you got these superpowers.
Yep.
He's like, this is interesting. I have to do more, experimentation.
Discovery requires experimentation.
I might say that because that's going to be his thing now. You could tell. You could tell.
Oh, yes.
Anyway, I do like the season overall. Talking about going back into all of it. It was a great season. I just wish I remembered more of it because it felt like it was good, but I felt like with everything going on now, you kind of can't really count it as much because they're not working humans. They did a very bad Inhumans thing.
Should we talk about the Inhumans first?
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So they get introduced to the Inhumans when Cal's making all this trouble with his superpower people. A man with no eyes teleports in, grabs him, says, "You're making too much noise," and teleports out. Turns out that the Asian woman who Whitehall took all the organs and blood from is still alive. She's Sky's mother.
Jiang, by the way, I'm forgetting our characters' names here.
Cal is her father.
Surprise!
And the reason he has such bad
and her real
anger
name
issues...
is Daisy Johnson, by the way. Which later on, spoiler freaking alert, at the end of the season, we find that her name is actually freaking Quake.
Yeah, because
she's Quake from the comic books.
Yeah, she gets the Quake powers.
Newsflash. And
so the whole time she kind of abandons S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
They're sure. Like Agent May's like, look, don't trust your mother pretty much. Like, you can trust us. We have been with you. You don't know her. And she's like, no, she's my mom. I trust her. Turns out she's a genocidal maniac who wants to...
Weren't all Marvel superhero villains like the villains of
But that's the thing.
Genocidal maniacs.
She didn't know she was a genocidal maniac. Her plan is to basically turn everyone into an Inhuman, and if you're not an Inhuman, you die. That's the thing. It's like
cuckoo, by the way. No.
And the way she is still alive is she stays young by sucking the life out of other people.
Right.
And Cal also is so angry because Dr. Whitehall killed his wife, and S.H.I.E.L.D. took his daughter. So
I remember that.
He made a super strength formula that makes him extremely angry.
Yes.
But strong. So he finally perfects it, gets super ripped. He's trying to kill Coulson in S.H.I.E.L.D. He let himself get captured.
Meanwhile, at the same time of all this is happening, they're still trying to get rid of Hydra because Hydra's still flushing. Well, they're still trying to dice
Whitehall's
out
dead.
Ward.
Coulson killed Whitehall.
Yeah, but Ward's alive with Agent 33. Can I talk a little about that?
Oh, yes, please. Ward is back in action.
Okay, so Agent Ward lived. Spoiler alert. He's alive, and he's actually working with Agent May. No, he's not. It's not May. It's actually Agent 33, who can disguise herself as May. She has one of those little things that Black Widow has in the Avengers movies. And it changes her whole body and face as May. So you see Ming-Na Wang actually
fight Ming-Na Wang.
And I was just like, that's awesome. Like, my reaction was like, that's so cool that they get to do all these fun stuff on these TV shows. And Agent Ward has his own agenda. It's not just going after Coulson for revenge. He's trying to learn everything he can about the Obelisk because he wants to carry out Dr. Whitehall's orders, honestly. And that's how he starts looking. He starts looking for more. And he contacts this person, and he contacts all the different things to get information about S.H.I.E.L.D. and how Coulson's team is doing. But at the same time, this is one of the most awesome scenes in the whole season. Sky and him are in the same room. The tensions are flying high, but so are the emotions. You know that they had a thing.
Yeah.
He still likes Sky. You know that. I know that. Even as Hive in season 3, spoiler alert, we'll get to that hopefully next week. Or the week after. I don't know if we're doing Cloak and Dagger yet or not. I'm not sure. Have this chemistry between them, and you just cute. When you saw the scene, I was like, this tension right now. And they were tweeting. I remember tweeting Brett Dalton what was that like the film? And I think he got back to me or retweeted or something. He said something. I think he said something that was a really fun scene to shoot because Chloe Bennett was she's a really fun person to work with. He said so, but you could tell they still like each other and the romance is still going on. But he also has a romance as well with Agent 33. He starts to have an interest in her. So Ward's kind of playing the field a little bit. He's alive. He's doing his own thing. And he kind of goes down this really dark path. Don't you agree with me? Of how he turns into Hive because of the obelisk and everything. Yes.
But not too much about Hive yet.
Well, we have to mention him. He's at the end of season 2. Well, I might as well bring him up a little bit here. I mean, it's all spoilers anyway, so we're going to get to it.
Fair.
Anyway, so that's Ward's agenda there. He wants to become the leader of Hydra, or what's left of it, and rebuild the organization from the ground up.
Bigger and better than ever before.
Remember, you chop off a head to grow back.
Two more will take its place.
Two more takes his place. So that's what Ward's up to. What do you want to add to Ward or anything else?
I just want to get your thoughts, your high, rate this season and tell me why you like it or don't like it.
Okay. I would have to give it a solid. Hold on. A solid 7.
7?
7's good because it had a lot of good, it had good content. It just, some of it was forgettable. But some of those moments, like you see Agent Carter going in there, busting down the door, arresting Whitehall. It was amazing. The tie-ins as well, I didn't think the tie-ins were weak. You know how I said, for a week ago or two we were doing S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1?
Yeah.
How the tie-ins were awesome and how they literally tied it in from Winter Soldier into, what's it called? S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1. They didn't really do that with Season 2. It felt like they missed opportunity there. That's why I'm giving it a 7, because they missed opportunity to tie it in. Yes, they tried. This is the deal. They tried to do the Inhumans tie-in more than an Avengers tie-in. They screwed it up.
The short-lived Inhumans series spun off of this. Lasted 8 episodes?
8 episodes.
And then did not...
I showed Mike the picture of it, and he's just like, nope. He's like, we're not reviewing that. We're never watching that.
Yeah, I'm going to say that right now. We are not reviewing the Inhumans TV show. I do not want to watch it.
Do you want me to show you the trailer after this?
I really don't. I don't even. I'm going to scrub my brain to erase the fact that I now know that this
you saw
exists.
the picture I showed you.
Yeah, you showed me just the big cover art, and I was like they knew going into this that it wouldn't be good. They had to. They had to.
They had actually a second season planned for the show.
No.
Anyway, Age of Ultron tie-in was a missed opportunity. They saw Hell in 2 episodes maybe, and it was she's in it for 15
Thor
seconds.
tie-in though. Lady Sif is in this.
That was a good tie-in.
Yeah,
that was a good tie-in. Lady Sif actually being in it was a good tie-in. I liked her. I like that they tried to look for the thing, and that actually led up to finding Whitehall's base and stuff, honestly. So that was a good tie-in there. Good Thor, what was it? Just the Thor time, right?
Thor, yeah. It's General Thor Universe, I guess Dark World.
Dark World, yeah, that was the second Thor.
Yeah.
That came out right around the time of that movie, so that makes sense.
Not the best movie, but it's a movie.
We might get to Thor eventually down the line as Avengers come up.
We can review the whole Thor franchise. Let's do Iron Man.
The summer. Yeah. Well, I have big plans. We have big plans.
Get there.
But anyway, like I said, though, Thor tie-in there. But the Avengers tie-in was not that good, I don't think. Hill showing up for 10 seconds is not really a tie-in. It's just she's their big whoop type of a deal for me than actually what they did with Winter Soldier or what they're doing with Endgame and what they did with the freaking Infinity War in Season 5.
Yeah, well, they tied it into Winter Soldier a little bit when they wheel Whitehall out and the S.H.I.E.L.D. agent is actually a Hydra agent freeing him.
Yes.
But I'll agree the tie-ins weren't as good, but I will give this a 9 out of 10. And this is my favorite season of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's the big thing for me. I like the tie-ins. Everyone's like, oh, you have to watch the movies, and then you don't have to watch the shows. I say that's, no. You have to watch everything. And even if you don't want to, you just need to know what's basically going on. Because one thing, as you know, with this universe, Mike, one thing leads into another. That's literally S.H.I.E.L.D's tagline. It's all connected.
It is.
It's been since Season 1. So I didn't feel like when they were doing it, and I think at the end of the season, when Hill made an appearance, when they were bagging Loki's scepter, like you said, was in pieces. We just did Captain Marvel review. And they're literally she's bagging it up with a bunch of S.H.I.E.L.D. agents behind her saying, we have the scepter. And Coulson's like, good. Really?
All right, but
7.
Dr. Whitehall, I'm going to say is the best villain in the S.H.I.E.L.D. franchise. He is the perfect amount. He's the perfect amount of intelligence and intimidation. He's one of those villains where no matter what's going on, he is always calm. He knows he always has the upper hand.
Right.
He up until he dies, he thinks he's winning.
8 is still my favorite. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Just letting you know. I know he's still hell-bent about that.
But Whitehall's, he's sinister. He performs grotesque human experimentations.
Yeah, he's good though. He's a good actor.
He does a great job.
And he does a good job on it. Haley Atwell, like I said, made a great cameo. That was the best cameo to set up Agent Carter was all of that. And that's what really the tie-in for me really did. If that's why I gave it a 7. I would have gave this season a 6 because the Avengers tie-in was just terrible. But the Agent Carter tie-in, the setup was great.
Get those
for the
numbers
show.
up. Those are rookie numbers.
You know, I like those, the tie-in with her.
But what about Cal?
What about Cal?
Cal is...
He's crazy, just like Jiang. They're
Cal,
both crazy.
honestly, like, I didn't cry, but I was close, you know? Like, because through the whole thing, he's funny, and he's really unstable, but you can tell, above all, he genuinely cares for Sky / now Daisy. Like, he has done all this. He was a vet before.
He was.
He was a nice guy vet who married an Inhuman, and when he was away, Hydra chopped his wife up, and S.H.I.E.L.D. stole his daughter. So he's like...
It's a revenge game, and I think that goes just... The season
he's just such a tragic character. Like,
it is, yeah, he is, I agree.
And in big spoilers for the end, he is the one... Because Jiang is sucking the life out of Daisy.
Yep.
And she's like, look, I love you, but you're stopping my plan to... Like, the Inhumans are all my children now, not just you. And Cal has this moment where he realizes, like, he's been trying to please his wife, who is now a crazy person. Because she wasn't like that in the beginning. Because of what Whitehall did, she went crazy.
Right, is that when they introduced, what's his name? Luke Mitchell's character on the show.
Shocky.
Yeah.
Man. I don't know his technical name. He shoots electricity. He zap.
He's the kind of, and he has a thing for Daisy this season,
yes,
right? Yeah,
this is where they introduce him.
Right,
But so Cal basically hugs Jiang and snaps her neck.
Right.
And he's like, I'm sorry, like, I love you, but I can't let you kill Daisy. Mm. And so the very last scene of this season, they used the thing that they used to rewrite Coulson's memories after Project Tahiti. They used it to erase the memory of his family from Cal's mind. So he's no longer an unstable, crazy person. He's now back to being a vet. And so you see him, like, pet a dog, and, like, Daisy and Coulson go, and they see him, and, like, he waves, and that's it. That's the last you ever see of him.
Can we talk about the best thing that made me get... This might give me an 8.
Yo, this
might give me an 8.
But Cal, man.
Okay,
Cal.
At the end of this season, S.H.I.E.L.D. versus S.H.I.E.L.D. Let's go into that, because I think that was season 2, right?
S.H.I.E.L.D. versus S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. You don't remember Gonzalez and all that? Forgot about that. He forgot about that. That was the part I remember the best, because that was S.H.I.E.L.D. versus S.H.I.E.L.D. Okay, so it turns out Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s not what you think. Coulson's not the real S.H.I.E.L.D. There's another real S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Who's ran by, what's his name?
Gonzalez?
Edward, that's his character name, but Edward something, I don't know how to say his last name.
I never learned his
You probably know what I'm talking
name.
about. Gonzalez is actually the real director of S.H.I.E.L.D. Spoiler alert. And I was like, no, they didn't.
Because when Hydra fell, S.H.I.E.L.D. fell apart. So there's now two S.H.I.E.L.D.s operating, and neither of them realize that, like, they both think the other one is, like, fake S.H.I.E.L.D.
Fake S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, you're fake S.H.I.E.L.D. And they're like, no, your logo's fake. My logo's fake.
Wrong.
Completely wrong. I loved that whole arc, because it's like, which one's the real S.H.I.E.L.D.? And I kept asking, I was tweeting all the actors on Twitter. I'm like, who's real, who's fake? Like, what's going on right now? Like,
and in the end, I guess they come together and they both just form one real S.H.I.E.L.D. to stop the Inhumans.
Well, yeah, they stop the Inhumans. Obviously, they come together.
And Coulson's hand gets cut off.
Oh yeah, that's right. He makes it funny. He keeps making funny jokes about that, about like Luke Skywalker happened to him, and blah blah blah.
He catches the obelisk as it's falling, and Mac chops his hand off with an axe. And then also this introduces what's that thing?
What thing?
Big rock turns into liquid.
The obelisk?
That's the obelisk. Have I been calling the divine or the obelisk?
Yes, you have.
Well, as they say in Latin, hoc tempus stulta est me.
That's okay. I'm here to help him out with something.
This time I'm the fool. I've been calling the Diviner the Obelisk.
Yes, you have.
The Diviner is the sort of obsidian-looking rock that turns you into an inhuman or to stone. The Obelisk is completely different, shaped the same, but bigger, turns into liquid randomly.
Right.
And the Inhumans want to take it because it's on the S.H.I.E.L.D. boat, and it's like the enemy of all Inhumans. Like we don't know why at this point, but it'll kill them all, apparently. And the very end scene of this season, it sucks Simmons in.
Right, I remember that part.
Which sets up for season 3.
What was that dude's name? I'm looking on the internet.
Edward Gonzalez?
No, not Edward Gonzalez. I'm looking at the what Luke Mitchell's character's name was. It was Robert Gonzalez, by the way. I'm looking at his name here. I have to find that out. But what were you saying about Gonzalez? I liked Gonzalez as a character.
Yeah, he was chill. That's it. I've said all I need to say about the season. It's my favorite. I think
Lincoln Campbell. That's it. That's the one who Daisy likes. I like Lincoln. Lincoln was good.
See, for me, this is my favorite though because not only are the characters great and like the story heart wrenching, but it has the perfect combination of the seriousness of the next couple seasons of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the lightheartedness of the first season. It combines them perfectly.
I think it does.
This is the high point of the series.
But also, you're like, oh, that's pretty badass that there's a S.H.I.E.L.D. versus S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, no,
their logos are different too. You know that, right?
Yeah.
The one logo's like the one, and then it's like the same exact logo, but it's actually like a shield. Like, it was weird, dude.
Yeah.
It was completely weird.
So, any closing thoughts for you?
Season S.H.I.E.L.D. Age of S.H.I.E.L.D. I said that completely wrong. Sorry, guys.
It's been a long day. This is our second video.
It has been a long one here. Season 2 of Age of S.H.I.E.L.D., there we go, was a very well done season with the big budget they had. I just wish they did a better Avenger tie-in. Agent Carter tie-in was great. The other S.H.I.E.L.D. coming out of the woodwork was a lot of fun to see. I love the Ward arc they did, the Ward storyline they did with Ward. Kind of got boring throughout, though. It has a drag on, if you ask me.
No. I'll say that about the next two seasons.
No.
Not this one.
Season 3 also was kind of, meh for me.
Season 3 dragged.
And then season 4 was the best.
Sucked.
Season 4 was the best.
But this is my favorite season. Season 2.
Day. That's fair. It was a good season. I'll give it an 8 here for you. My final thoughts on it, I'll give that an 8 for you. Anyway, we're going to wrap this one up, guys. It's been a long day here. I am Matt Kelly.
I'm Michael Churchella. Hashtag
Mike Stir for Doom. Remember that. Dr. Doom, Mike Stir for Doom.
Nope.
We are Marvelous Discussions. Have a good one, guys.
Signing off.